We covered the basics regarding the system outline clause in Module 7. Module 8 follows on with some more editing functions. Firstly, there is parking and unparking clauses, which means temporarily suspending an item from within a clause, or indeed a whole clause during the editing process. This may be because it is not known whether the item is required or not, and deleting it would be permanent, or maybe it needs to be reinstated later because it is more useful at that point. In the outline clause in this video, there is a clause item System Fabricator. A system may be something either manufactured or fabricated entirely by one company. If this was the case, you can indicate this single fabricator or manufacturer in this clause item. If there were more than one manufacturer for a system, then you would not need this clause item, and you would add the name of individual manufacturers and fabricators to the specific product clauses. If I were unsure of whether I needed to keep this clause item in my job or not, I could park it temporarily and either reinstate it later or delete it altogether. Clicking on the P next to the item will park it. By default, the item doesn't disappear but instead becomes greyed out. However, it is possible to show or hide parked items by going to the View tab in the ribbon. Under View, the ribbon has options to show or hide a few different things, like the clause numbers, the properties, which we showed in an earlier module, and the parked items. Deactivating Parked in the ribbon hides the parked items from the editing window. To make parked items visible again, click on the button again, and if you want to reinstate the parked item so that it is included in the job, click on the arrow button to the left of the item. The button becomes a P again and the clause item is again active. It is also possible to delete the item as I mentioned. To do this, I return to the Home tab, and on the right in the ribbon are Parked and Delete buttons. Parked parks the item. Clicking Delete will first ask you what you would like to delete, group, system, clause or clause item, and when you select clause item it will remove the item permanently. Another thing you can do is add more items into a clause. To do this, right-click on an existing clause item and a drop-down list appears. There are a number of functions in this list that are repeated elsewhere, like park and delete. We are just interested in New Clause Item for the moment. When I select New Clause Item, a blank item appears in the clause, and it is ready to be renamed. You can type a title as required. You can also add subclause items to these items. Firstly, you add another new clause item, then you right-click and select Move Clause Item. You can move it up and down, left and right. So to make it a subclause item, I click Increase Left Indent and it moves automatically to become a subclause item to the item above.